If you want to become a successful trader, you need to change your way of thinking about stop loss and take profit. Regarding risk reward, the only thing we have full control of is our risk management. How much are we willing to lose on each and every trade, each and every day? In terms of reward, no one knows what will happen next. If a trade goes south, don't wait for the stop loss to hit. Close the position, find another one. There are many opportunities each and every day. In terms of take profit, think about it this way. If you have a winning position, ask yourself, if you were not in a position yet, would you enter a position now? If the answer is yes, don't take partials off. Add partials to the winning positions. These positions will turn you into a successful trader. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the daily market recap. Visit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and without any further ado, let's see the charts. So let's see what SPY and Friends brought us earlier today. Another doji indecision, 445.80, still holding a support. This gap at the 449.40 is still open. Tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time, you know it. CPI numbers coming out. Manage your risk and wait to see how the market will react to those numbers. QQQ tried but failed to close another day above the 376. Now 372 to the downside is the support. Below it we are heading to the 370 area. Below 370 area, this double top scenario will validate and we are heading towards the 358. Good reaction to CPI numbers, and the Qs will break above this purple trend line towards the 381 and maybe all the way towards the 384. Always prepare for both sides because no one knows what will happen next. Dow Jones, another great example of why trend lines, in this case purple, trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. You know this purple trend line? Because we drew it few days back, few weeks already. High of the day went all the way up to the trend line, got rejected and went back down towards the 347. Another doji on the Dow. CPI numbers, bad reaction, and we're heading towards this purple trend line. Good reaction for CPI numbers, and in my opinion this purple trend line together with the 350 will break to the upside towards the 351. IWM still moving sideways, 184 to the downside, 185.60, 186 is this resistance. Let's see how the IWM will react to the CPI numbers. If you are a pattern seeker, you can clearly see left shoulder, head, right shoulder will validate below the 182 towards closing the gap at the 176. But Fibonacci traders, we don't rely on patterns because truthfully, patterns are not reliable. The only thing we do is follow price. We rely on price. Candlestick analysis, trend lines, Fibonacci levels. Bitcoin still moving sideways, 25,800 support, below it 25,200 and 24,480. Ethereum, same thing. Now this area, the 1600 area from support now became resistance. Oil continuing to the upside, 88 broke to the upside. Now it will become support. Next resistance, 91.30. XLF, very interesting price action. As you can see, trend line holding the higher low since March. Now we need another day above the 34.65 and then we are heading towards 35 and 36 to the upside. Another ETF, very interesting price action. VYM, Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. Double bottom scenario. We need another day closing above the 108. Then we are heading towards the neckline, the 108.23. Above this one, we are heading towards the 109 and 111. Pay attention to these two ETFs. Very interesting price action. Natural gas moving sideways between the 250 and the 285 since middle of June. 3 months of a sideways move, long continuation above 285, short below 248. And of course, everything you see and hear on my channel is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. Never follow blindly anyone on social media. If you want to become a better trader, check the Fibonacci Academy playlist, free playlist, on how to become a better trader each and every day. On the technical side and on the psychology behind trading. SOXX still above this white trend line. This white trend line is a very important area of support. Below it, we are heading towards this gap at the 461. Good reaction for the CPI numbers. This gap will get filled and we are heading towards the 515 and then to the area of the 535. Apple, another red day on Apple. 172 needs to hold. Otherwise, 170, below it, 166 gap will get filled. And also we have this gap at the 181 still open. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Which gap will get filled after CPI numbers? The 167 or the 181? Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Very interesting. AMD, another perfect example of why trend lines are the true support and resistance for price action. This white trend line, the longer term trend support, is holding. Below it, we are heading towards this red trend line. Good CPI numbers, and this trend line will get retested as resistance once again, breaking up and above, and we are ready to go long. Amazon, inside candle, as we expected. Inside candle, now 140.77 is to hold. Otherwise, we have all the levels to the downside, and we have a gap at the 129.90. Long continuation above 143 towards this purple trend line as resistance. Google is next, still moving sideways, but we have a double top scenario of the 138 area. Now 135 needs to hold. Otherwise, we are heading towards this white trend line together with the 133.30. This white trend line is the longer term, as you can see, since beginning of July, holding. Also from here, from March, it's holding the higher lows, breaking below this area, and we have a double top scenario that will get validated towards the 126. This double top will get negated only 1 or 2 days above the 137.50, and then we are heading towards the 145. Always prepare for both sides. Never be biased. Never. Confirmation bias is the worst thing that can happen to us as traders. Meta basically gave back yesterday's gains, 300, back to support. Below it, we are heading towards the 293, and then all the levels to the downside. Long continuation. We need another day or two above the 305 towards the 326. Microsoft, 331. Support, 338. Resistance. Overall, Microsoft is at the 50% retracement. We had a downtrend, bounce, 50% retracement, holding as resistance. Let's see where Microsoft will head. We have all the levels to the downside, all the levels to the upside. To manage our risk, we can also draw a trend line now because we have this high, also this high. Now this purple trend line will become a tough resistance for next time that Microsoft will reach it. Netflix, Same thing as Google. Multi-top off the 450. Looks like bulls for now gave up on the 450. Of course, if the CPI numbers will come out better than expected, we're heading back up towards the 468, but we don't know what will happen. We only can look left, follow price, and learn and try to see what price is telling us. Price is telling us that the 450 area, very tough resistance for the bulls, now heading south towards the 428. Below it, this red trend line needs to hold. Otherwise, we are heading back to the 400 area. Nvidia, another day, another doji, but closed below the 451. 451 was a very important level of support. Broke below. Looks like we are heading towards the 437 gap. Below it, towards this purple trend line. Shopify, slowly, as we said, 63 area needs to hold. Now, broke. Friday broke below. Monday, inside candle. Today, broke below. Looks like this gap is incoming. As we said, always look left and prepare for both sides. We said that once the 63 area will get broken to the downside, we can get the same price action we got here, but like a mirror to the downside. So it's starting to validate. Tesla with a doji. Now, all we need to do is follow price, and looks like 261 needs to hold. Otherwise, this gap will get filled. This purple trend line from resistance needs to hold the support. If this purple trend line will fail to hold the support, we are heading towards this purple trend line. Long continuation above 277 towards the 290 gap. So hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss our 2 times a day live, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Until the next video, stay safe.